Hey everybody, Eric Mitchell. I wanted to walk you through some strategies here, how to build a mortgage practice. So if you're watching this video, you are a mortgage loan officer, you're looking for new ways, new strategies. And so if I can try and help you with an overall concept of, there's really two things you want to be thinking of, two separate components. There's how do I close more mortgages, right? How do I scale my team, my systems, my strategies, and how do I go get more mortgages? What does that look like? And so a lot of times we're struggling between the two, and so this photograph that I've got on my computer, this salesman, I would argue, in my mind, that's how the market sees loan officers because that's how loan officers, not all, like I'm not saying you're watching this therefore, but a lot of loan officers talk about, I'll always get your deal done. I'm always available. Call me anytime, 24/7. I'm always, I'm doing deals. And so this is the impression that people have. And so the first thing I would ask you is that if you were going to hire an attorney or a doctor or some sort of financial professional and you walked into their office and this is what they look like, would you want to hire them to help you? I know I wouldn't. Right. And so we want to try and not behave this way, not talk this way, not create this impression. And so how do you scale? How do you build a team? How do you create systems so that this is not the impression? And I'll walk you through, my interpretation, what I've learned in 25 years is to the good, the bad, and the indifferent. But what you should be doing as a loan officer is you should be doing three things, right? Generating business, generating leads, managing your business using technology, and converting business by being valuable. And so, what is valuable? Well, that's in the eye of the beholder, not, no, I said this, therefore it was valuable. No, 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 no. That's not how it's determined. It's the person you're in front of, did they find it valuable? And if they said no, I don't want to do business with you, then we failed, right? It wasn't valuable. If they say yes, I do want to do business with you, then you succeeded. Whatever you did was valuable. And that's really how you want to judge it. And so go to the next screen. So in building a business, I created this format to help with a visual understanding of, look, the blue section here, mindset, accountability, integration, planning. These are the building blocks that everything else sits on top of. This is what you have to bring to the table, right? What is your mindset every day? Are you prepared to deal with the adversity? Are you prepared to learn? Are you prepared to deal with the rejection sometimes? Accountability, surrounding yourself with people that are better than you at whatever you're trying to learn, and then allowing yourself to be accountable to those that feedback that you're going to get that won't feel good, right? What I've learned, one of the things I've learned is that truth, when presented to me, rarely feels good. And so, how do we how do we be open-minded to receiving that accountability? Integration, I hear people talking about wanting life balance. I got to find life balance. I have never met a successful entrepreneur who got the success from having balance. They got there by creating integration. How do I do this and this at the same time? How do I scale more effectively? It's not how do I work, 80 hours a week. Nope, that won't get you there either. And so learning how to integrate versus seeking life balance. And then planning. How do I plan today, plan tomorrow, plan next week, plan next month, plan next year? And then how do I follow the plan, hold myself accountable? So these are the building blocks that holds everything else up. Then you got to focus on the green section, which is leadership, knowledge, and sales, and you have to learn always, like constant, forever and ever and ever. You're gonna focus all of your energy on learning the green. You're gonna outsource the purple, right? The purple has been built. It works better than you're ever gonna build it. Just outsource it, and then focus on achieving your why, your value, your purpose in being. Like what's the end goal? The end goal hopefully is that one day you'll have an exit event on your business, you'll be able to sell your business. And to do that effectively, I'm going to walk you through some strategies. There has to be something for you to sell, which is typically going to be your database. The size and the quality of your database is what is your asset as a loan officer. Okay, so let's talk about what is that a normal loan officer has to do every day. Well, those three categories, right? Generate leads, manage your leads using technology, convert leads by being valuable. There's a lot here, right? And so if you're a loan officer and you're looking at this list, there's a lot here. And so how do you do all of this, you know, every day? I mean, I've never met a loan officer who can. And so we become overwhelmed. It's very stressful because we're not getting to everything we want to get and stuff's falling through and we can't achieve all of this. And so it can be frustrating. So what's the roadmap? What's the path to achieving this? And so I watch loan officers, being right here, right? With that job description, they have a shared processor, right? Either corporate processor or an outsourced processor. But they're focused on multitasking. They're closing anywhere from 2 to 5 loans a month. And they sit here, right, for 20 years. They'll do this for 20 years in a row. And then that loan officer will say, well, Eric, I've been doing this 20 years. Like, no, 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 you've been doing this 1 year, 20 times. And so, okay, so what's the next step? Well, once you're closing 5 loans a month, which is roughly where you're going to cap out at when you're structured this way, the next thing you do is you hire an assistant, right? Director of Client Services, loan officer assistant, whatever that is, and you offload, you delegate all of these responsibilities, right? You hold them accountable. But now you get to focus on selling, right? You're not multitasking anymore. You're focused on selling all day long. So now you can get to 6 to 10 loans a month, right? So now you're at 10 loans a month. Then you hire a production partner, a mini me, right? You offload all these tasks. Now you're focused on the marketing. Now I need the phone to ring. Right? I've got a mini me who can take the calls and act as me. So now I'm closing 11 to 15 fundings a month because I'm focused on marketing. Then I hire a dedicated processor. Now I need my own processor just for my team. Now I'm focused on systems, right? Now I'm building out my systems. Now I'm closing 16 to 20 loans a month. Then I'm focused on team building because I'm hiring an outside marketer, right? So now I'm going to go outside with my outside marketing. I'm going to teach them how to sustain all the relationships I built. But now they're just going to live in their car and drive and walk into these offices. And so now I've got this outside marketer. I'm at 21 to 25 fundings a month, focused on team building. Then I hire an inside marketer. Now I'm focused on legacy. And if you're at this level, I mean, you're making roughly plus or minus $2 million a year. And you take vacations and you can have a life and you can go home for dinner with your family and you can really build something special. And you're not that guy, with 3 phones to your head. So here's the component of how do I have systems to close more loans without having to work harder? So there it is. You can rewind the video and screenshot whatever you want. So now the question becomes, how do I go get more loans? Okay, that's great that I can handle the loans. How do I get the loans? So I'm going to show you how to get 10 loan applications next week. Next week. The guys hold me accountable to this next week. And so and spending zero money. You don't need to spend, Facebook ads and all this. I mean, you can if you want. I'm not saying don't, but you don't need to. And so the target categories are here, right? CPAs, builders, developers, estate planners, financial planners, insurance agents, the cannabis industry, local top realtors, condo building. By the way, you'll notice I didn't put top realtors at the top. 'Cause that's not really who you want to go after first. And we'll get into that, but so there's a lot of different categories you can go after, and that doesn't mean you have to go after all of these categories. You can pick one if you want, pick two. It's whatever resonates with you. But I'm going to show you each one at a time. But when you walk into one of their offices or you meet them at a networking event, what's the common pain point? Right? Well, it's the same pain point you have, the same pain point I have, the same pain point anybody in sales has is I need more new clients. I need more leads. I need better leads. Right? That's it. Like, what are you going to do to help me build my business? That's the question you got to walk in and answer. When I watch loan officers walking in and meeting with other financial professionals, typically they're trying to show, oh, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and I'd love to earn your referrals. Too much too soon. You haven't earned it. You haven't earned any. Like, you haven't done anything. And so you don't want to approach it that way. You want to walk in and say, hey, can I bring you clients? Would it be okay if I bring you clients? Oh, are you going to bring me clients? Well, I'm going to show you. right? So nice to meet you. Here's why I would love to earn your business referral. Like this is not the way to start the call. This is how you want to do this is how you want to start the conversation. Nice to meet you. Here's what I can do to save you time and money and generate you more business. So let's start with CPAs. So what is the pain point of CPA? Same pain point. Every time I talk about it, same pain point is I need more clients, I need better clients, I need more leads, I need better leads. Okay. So what if I could show you as a CPA how to message into the marketplace that not only am I a great CPA, not only am I going to get your taxable income as close to zero as legally possible, but I also have a banker who will help you grow your real estate portfolio without any tax returns. They don't want them, they don't look at them, they don't care about them. All they're looking at is the cash flow of your properties only. And I'd love to introduce you. And so if you're interested in reducing your taxable liability, your taxable income legally, ethically, morally, at the same time, still being able to leverage to grow your wealth, I'll introduce my banker. Just shoot me a message, and I'll introduce you. And so now that CPA is using it as lead generation, right? Helping them understand all the different ways to qualify a borrower that have nothing to do with tax returns. And so, and then you do a deep dive with them and show them how it all works. Another one is builders. And so I hear a lot of loan officers complaining, well, builders have this, they'll give you free hardwood floors if you use their lender. And how do I compete against that? I would say you're not going to compete against it, or you could become it, right? You could be the lender on the developments. You can be the lender that is bringing them clients. You can be the lender that is bringing them investors that want to do fix and flips and ground up construction. You can be that person that's bringing them that business. What type of creative financing are you bringing to the table that allow them to grow their business and attract new clients? Developers, it's called horizontal and vertical, right? Horizontal meaning, let's term a farm, right? Wheat. Let's put in the roads and the sewers and the pads we can finance all that. And if we do all that for you, we'll help you speed up your exit strategies. And so what is your ability to create value for developers and builders so that you become the lender that they're giving free hardwood floors away to if they use you? And so instead of trying to beat them, join them and benefit from the ability to be able to do that. Estate planners. One of my favorite stories I have as I've been lunch with a good friend of mine is an estate planner, and she said, "What's the hardest part about being a loan officer, like in your daily activities?" And I said, "To me, the hardest part is I meet someone for the first time. Nice to meet you. By the way, can I please have your tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs? I'm going to pull your credit. And I'm going to judge you." That's that's really what happens when you meet somebody who wants to borrow money, and it's daunting. It can be challenging. And she laughed, and I said, "So what's the toughest part of your business about being a estate planner?" And she said, "I think I got you beat. When I meet someone for the first time, my first question is, what happens when you die?" It's like, okay, you win. So yes, you win. But from an estate planning standpoint, how do you help an estate planner with messaging in the marketplace that makes them more valuable to attract more clients? Right. And here's just some examples from an estate planning standpoint. So what's your ability to do deep dives on how these are structured and how they're valuable, and then how to help an estate planner message them into the marketplace? Financial planners, like I want you to imagine you're a financial planner, you work with a husband and wife, you help them build up their savings nest, right? Let's just say over 5, 7 years, and they've got $8 million in savings, right? You did a great job. They're happy with you. They get $8 million, and all of a sudden, one of them gets a little bit of an itch, and they want to start investing in real estate. Okay, but their tax returns are not what they could be because they've got a great CPA, and so they come knocking. They want to cash out their $8 million or a big chunk of it because they want to use it to buy real estate. So the problem is, as a financial planner, your commissions are based on assets under management. So when they cash out, your commissions as a financial planner go down. And it's very frustrating to a financial planner to work that hard and then they just cash it out. And so if only they knew of a lender that could help their clients grow their real estate holdings with no regard for tax returns. And so you can create massive value for financial planners and their messaging into the marketplace. Again, not asking for referrals, but showing them how do you message this into the marketplace so you can attract new clients. Not only am I a great financial planner, I'm going to help you build your liquid wealth, but while you're building your liquid wealth, I can also have my team help you build your real estate portfolio. Here's some examples. If you'd like an introduction, call me. I'd love to introduce you. And so they're using it for lead generation. Insurance agents. So one of the policies a lot of insurance agents have is a renter policy, right? Somebody's renting an apartment, they're renting a house, they need a renter policy. And so these insurance agents all have these, this whole list of renter policies that they make no money on. They'd love to transition them into homeowners. If you're a renter and you get a letter in the mail from a loan officer or a realtor, you're probably going to throw it in the garbage. If you get a letter from your insurance agent, right, your insurance agent that you have your renter policy from, you're probably going to open it and read it. So if the insurance agent can use that messaging, like not only am I here to help you with your renter policy, but I'd love to help you buy a house, and it's actually cheaper to buy a house. And you'll see the image in the middle of this screen gives you an example, right? So putting that into a letter format, going out to renters, putting it in their marketing messaging. Not only are we a great insurance company to help you with your homeowner insurance, your car insurance, your renter's insurance, but our partners can help you build wealth by owning a home. We'd love to help you. We'd love to, show you how to buy a house with little to no money down. It's actually cheaper to buy a house than it is, like less cash out of pocket to buy a house than it is the rent. So here's some examples. Cannabis industry. So I'm in California. In a lot of states now, cannabis is legal. However, cannabis is illegal federally. And so if you're in the cannabis industry, it's very hard to get a bank account. Right? Wells Fargo is not going to give you a bank account because what you're doing to earn that money is illegal federally. And so Wells Fargo is a federally chartered bank. They can't give you a bank account. And so if I can't get a bank account, how do I get a mortgage? How do I buy a house? How do I buy rental properties? How do I'm in the cannabis industry. I can't even get a bank account, never mind a mortgage. And so I know loan officers that will walk into dispensaries, just walk in with flyers, right? And show them not only are we here to help you buy a house? But even in the cannabis industry, you can do it with as little as 3% down if you're a W-2 employee, 10% down if you're self-employed. But then you're asking them to understand that not only is it for them, but they're growers, they're distributors, they're reps. There's this huge chain of people that need the same service that think they can't qualify because they're in the cannabis industry. Condo buildings. So if you've been doing mortgages for a while and you know what a warrantable versus non-warrantable building is, trying to get spot approvals, like in Florida right now, huge problem with condominiums in Florida trying to get warrantability and spot approvals. And so imagine being able to do condo loans with no condo docs, no condo questionnaire, no condo insurance. We don't care. We treat it like a single family residence. You're okay. And so now you can outbound listing agents that are listing condos in your market right now, and you'll see them in the public comments. They'll say cash offers only, right? Or all cash offers only. And so that means the building's non-warrantable. That's what that means. That's how you're reaching out to them saying, hey, like you can put in the public comment section, traditional financing up to 90% is available. Please inquire. And you open up your buyer pool to a lot more buyers. You're going to sell that condo for a lot more money. Your sellers are going to be thrilled. You can put flyers under all the doors inside the condo building, let them know you have access to this and that you should be their listing agent because look what you just did. And you can really leverage this as a realtor to drive a tremendous amount of value in the condo market. Now, you have to be in a condo market, right? Florida, California, um, some sort of urban center where this is a problem. Like, if you're in a rural market, this is probably less applicable to you. But if you're in an urban market, this is a big deal. Condo developers, right? So being able to do financing, like I said, on the condos for the exit strategy, but I'll also give you the financing to build the building. So here's an example. Traditional financing to build a condo building, typically you need 50% pre-sold to get the traditional financing to build the entire building. And so what condo developers do is they open up a storefront, like a retail storefront, or they get a mobile home, park it on some dirt somewhere and create a showroom. And they have to sell the units. They have to spend a lot of money on advertising and marketing and space and rent and staff and employees. and they have to spend all this money to get the 50% pre-sold. Then they get the 50% pre-sold. Then they get the construction loan. Now they can break ground on the building. Or we could just, as long as it's traditional building, you're not reinventing the wheel, we'll just finance the building and the exit strategy. It's like, wait, what? I don't have to spend all that money? No, I'll finance the whole building. And so there's huge opportunities in the marketplace to go get just an unbelievable amount of loans. Divorce attorneys. So there was a loophole in the Fannie Freddie guide that got plugged in June of 2024. But prior to June of 2024, you could use a trust payment instead of alimony and child support. There's a whole cottage industry of loan officers that were serving divorce attorneys, showing them how you could structure the payments from the husband and the wife as a trust payment. Now there's no seasoning requirement. You just get the trust document, the divorce decree. The spouse that's staying in the house can do a cash out refi, pay off the departing spouse. Everything was pretty smooth. Fannie Freddie caught on. They plugged the hole. June 1st went away. Well, we're still doing it. We've got 3 investors on Wall Street that are buying the paper from us. It's not Fannie Freddie, but we're still able to do the trust payment, no seasoning. If it's a cash out refi to pay off a departing spouse, it's considered rate and term. So you're bound by the rate and term rates, not the cash out rates. You get lower rates. And so we're still doing this. Go into your marketplace, divorce attorneys will love you because they're all being told you can't do this anymore. Well, we're still doing it. Bankruptcy attorneys, right? So free credit repair. Introduce me to a bankruptcy attorney that doesn't want to offer free credit repair to their clients, right? So again, to the marketplace, not only am I a great bankruptcy attorney, but after the bankruptcy is discharged, we're for free, we'll put you through credit repair and do our best to get the bankruptcy removed from the credit bureaus. And what bankruptcy attorney doesn't want to offer this to their clients? And so helping them message that into the marketplace and then, if they send out one email to their existing database about this, I mean, you're taking 50 loan apps that week. I mean, it's just one email that goes out, complete bedlam. Immigration attorneys being able to do financing up to 97%, sometimes 99% for anybody with a visa, green card not needed. Right? And so understanding the immigration process, right? The first thing you have to do is apply for a visa. Then you apply, once you have a visa, then you apply for a green card. Once you have a green card, then you apply for citizenship. But it starts with having a visa, and most visa holders are in visa status from 2 to 7 years. Most of those people are being told they can't buy a house as a primary residence until they have a green card. That's false. Like we can do 97, sometimes 99% any visa. So would immigration attorneys like to have that message in the marketplace? Not only am I a great immigration attorney, not only can I help you become a US citizen faster, but my lending team, my banker, will do up to 97% financing, sometimes 99% financing. For anybody with a visa, you don't need a green card. Message me, I'll introduce you, right? It's lead generation for the immigration attorney. Real estate investors, right? If you Google real estate right now, if you Google real estate investor association meeting near me, real estate investor association meeting near me, every major city in the United States has a local real estate investor association. And they meet, one night per month, the second Wednesday of every month or something. And you go to the meeting and showing real estate investors that they can borrow money in their LLC, not their name personally, because you want to get rid of all that liability. You want it in the LLC. No need tax returns. You do fix and flips, fix and holds, ground up construction, all of these things that are available, but do it in your LLC. Again, you might rate 10 loan apps that night. Um, Huge opportunities in the marketplace. Right, real estate investor groups. Like here's a bunch more products. Reverse 1031 exchange, not a regular 1031 exchange. But you can do it in reverse. Go buy the property first, then sell the property and back the money in. Right? Wait, what? You can't do that? Yes, you can. There's ways to do that. Qualifying DSCRs using the interest only payments. Doing wrapped loans, you can wrap 7 properties into one loan, right? And so there's a tremendous amount of misinformation in the marketplace, and helping them understand what's really achievable, and the opportunities are just boundless. Now you go after top realtors. But what you're walking in with now is pre-approved buyers. That's the difference. And so many loan officers are out there saying, I've got, hey, realtor, send me your clients. I got great rates and great service, and I'll always close your deals on time. And I've got down payment assistance, and I'm always accessible. I'll help you with your open houses. The challenge is if you're a good realtor, like a big realtor in the marketplace, you're hearing that, 5 to 10 times a day, every day, right? You're numb to the message. You're not listening to it anymore. And so instead of that, walking in and saying, I have a pre-approved buyer. Can I meet at your office with my buyer tomorrow? Yes. Come on in, right? And now one to one. Like, look, I'll hand you a client first, but I won't hand you another one until you hand me one. But I'll just do one to one. Wait a second, you just doubled all of your business one to one. And no other loan officer I've met is doing a one to one, which is why you want to go after the other categories first. You don't have to go after them all. Pick one, pick two, whatever resonates with you. It's different for everybody. But now you're creating such mass value. And we even 1099 the real estate agents if they get an NMLS number. We've got a new program where we can W-2 without an NMLS license. And so there's restrictions. Ask me if you have questions about that, but mass value for real estate agents if you're structuring it this way. But you want to be strategic. You know, you are the brand. What is your digital presence? What is your script? Why should someone do business with you? Why you over the 15 other loan officers that are calling them? And so what is your message? Are you scripted properly? If they Google you after you leave, what do they see? What is your presence? What's your online presence? Um, and really focusing on that overall brand is super important. Yep. And so access to guidelines are on my website. Take a look. Um, it's on my webpage. Um, you can find it real easy, eric-mitchell.com. It's at the top, the Threads logo, or it's at the very bottom, the very last button. All my contact information is on the website as well. There's my email address, emitchell@eric-mitchell.com. Just let me know. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. And I'm excited to see where your journey takes you.